Harry and George were lying in the moonlight. They'd gone up to the no-top world as soon as it got dark. Looking for an adventure, George had said, but there didn't seem to be one. Harry had his suspicions that George wasn't so much looking for adventure as for something else. These aren't people we're talking about. They're centipedes. And not those little wiggly wireworms you dig up in your garden either. These are giant tropical centipedes, and they are poisonous. They have pincers on their heads to defend themselves with, and also, I have to be perfectly frank, to kill things with, by biting them and paralyzing them with their poison. Terrible, you think? Cruel? Oh, please, this is the natural world. Not many creatures in nature get by without eating some other creature, and that includes most humans. What's a human? Well, you're going to have to do a bit of guessing in this story anyhow, so you can start with humans. If you reckon giant poisonous centipedes are scary, it may surprise you to know they're much more scared of us. Us humans. Get it? Right. We're the humans. That's your first puzzle solved. Humans, or rather humans, is centipedish, the language of centipedes. They mainly use signals, but they can crackle very faintly to each other, and when they do, there are no vowel sounds. So you must realize at once that their real names couldn't be Harry and George. That's just what I call them. Their real centipedish names were and Go on, try to say them. Try to say your own name without the A's, E's, I's, O's, and U's. I'll let you keep the Y's, and you'll be talking centipedish. I must just add that, of course, centipedes don't have words for a lot of things that they don't know much about, so they've become very good at inventing ways to describe them. You'll find a lot of these centi descriptions in this story. I'm sure you'll be able to work them out, but I'll just give you a couple of examples. Don't worry, the story's going to start at any minute. Humans are the enemies of centipedes, but they have others. There are also hairy biters, which is anything hairy that bites, flying swoopers, birds of course, plus maybe bats, and belly crawlers. No prizes for guessing that one. It's snakes, of course. But humans are in a category all by themselves, the category of the fastest, biggest, and scariest things around. Harry and George lived underground in earth tunnels, which are nice and damp. It's very important to centipedes not to dry out, and came up at night to hunt. You'll soon find out that their favourite foods were not things that you'd fancy. When they were younger, they were centis, which is child centipedes, but now they were centenes, about 18 centimetres long, nearly as big as Belinda. Belinda was Harry's mother and George's adopted mother. Her centipedish name, are you ready for this, was Belinda was getting quite old now. Though she could still give a toad or a beetle a run for its money, it was just the very fast things, like lizards and mice, that she had trouble with. So Harry and George did some of her hunting for her. They'd had lots of cuticle-rippling adventures and feeler-close escapes, but they always managed to get back home in the end. So she'd decided to stop poison claw-clicking, which is how mother centipedes nag, and let them have their freedom. "Just take care," she would beg, as they headed out of their home tunnels up into the dark time. "We'll be all right, Mama," Harry would say as he chased after George, who still usually led the way. "We'll bring you back something delicious for end-of-dark-time meal." So on this night, dark time, okay, they'd done some hunting and had a tasty heap of goodies beside them. These included a couple of slugs, 3 assorted caterpillars, 1 large rhinoceros beetle, which had put up quite a fight, but they'd overpowered it in the end, and a mouse. This was their big prize, because they knew Belinda loved a tasty bit of mouse before she went to sleep for the bright time. "All right, I'll help you out this time. The day." "Mama will be really pleased with us," Harry said contentedly, as they lay there resting, feeling the pale, unhot light of white ball shining down on them. It wasn't a full ball tonight, or they would have scuttled underground to escape it. They didn't like too much light, being night creatures.